Hi, welcome to Rolling Out Health IQ. I'm your host, Kimberly Amara, and today we have a special guest, Dr. Kendra Outler. She is going to help us continue our conversation about, again, October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and so she actually has some short clips or videos here that kind of help bring awareness and, keep the conversation going. So before we get started with that, I do want to go ahead and say hello to you. How are you today?
I'm well, thank you. Thank you. It's a beautiful afternoon.
Yes, I
So
see
thank
your
you.
background there. It looks like it's
Yeah,
nice out there.
it
Um,
is.
so you are the CEO and founder of
Yes.
Uzima Health and Wellness, okay?
Mhm.
And so I understand that this is basically to integrate the conversation of in the Black community about like our political and social issues. So can you just kind of briefly tell me about that?
Well, Uzima Health and Wellness, I started the platform so that we can continue to drive the conversation about health disparities in the Black community while we're in the midst of a pandemic. And
Okay.
so there are certain issues, particularly like breast cancer, that are hard hitting in our community. But given all of the political climate and conversation about COVID, I just want to make sure that there are still issues in the Black community that we can continue to pay attention to.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
So every month we celebrate an issue. Last month was sickle cell. This month is the month of breast cancer awareness, which is very dear to me. And I decided that, you know what, we need to continue this conversation in a video format. Last year was as it resonated with a lot of the people in the community. Sorry.
Okay, and you said that it's very dear to you, and forgive me for asking, but do you have a journey, like your own personal journey, or maybe a loved one that you help kind of go through a
But what
journey,
I
help
like
them
to
with a
tell
journey?
people, what I built my platform on the conversation that as family members, breast cancer is a shared experience. You know, usually it happens to our moms. We are
Yes.
matriarchal of people. And so to see one of our grandmothers, which I had a grandmother, or a young woman, a aunt, a cousin, a girlfriend die of breast cancer, which I've had check, check, and check, or have to just go through it, it does touch us. And it's a community and it's a shared experience. And so a lot of times the PSAs presented the woman only version. And what I tried to do was present a version of the community. I lost a friend. She was in Atlanta. I've lost my grandmother. I tell people, I remember watching Minnie Riperton on Soul Train singing. And it was years when I understood that this is what she was singing about.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So then what we're going to do then is we're going to go ahead and we're going to play the first video.
Mhm.
And so then afterwards, I'll just kind of ask you, what the purpose and goal was for that particular video. So we'll go
Okay.
ahead and play the first one now.
If I was to go to a snazzy affair, I would want the dress to be pink. I enter my home and everything reminds me of her and her fight. From the pink glass to a simple note, there's always a picture to look at, to walk by. I hear her voice going, "Keep going." I pass a pink glass, another picture of a breast cancer fighter. Enter the bathroom. Will I choose a pink hat? Or will it be a cute afro wig? I remember asking one of my friends who had cancer, "Do you want to wear a wig?" She said, "No, I don't. I want to live." For some of us, every day is breast cancer awareness. Go get yourself checked. Early detection of breast cancer can mean a better treatment, better survival. Let's find a cure for triple negative breast cancer.
Go ahead and give me just a little bit about that particular video. A little bit of
So
just
that
insight.
So again, that particular video just emphasizes that for some of my friends and family and loved ones, every day is breast cancer awareness. That, you know, from the things that we choose to have, it's because we're remembering someone. So
Mhm.
at the end, you'll see me with two people, and those are my dear friends. One of them was actually a cook at Agnes Scott College. And so my first breast cancer journey was with her, you know, finding out, helping her, flying into town for her chemo, her surgery, trying to navigate this medical system for her, even as a physician. The next lady was also she's now battling cancer herself. And she has a senior in high school. And then the final lady is actually, that was her and her 3 daughters. And she lost her fight in July, but her daughter's here. She's a pediatrician. She also has a daughter in Atlanta who's a Spelman graduate. And so she lent that story to me, and told me about her mother's journey. And we actually posted her mother last year. And so for every day, that's what, we'll always remember everything that we pick things out, to remember them and to encourage them, and even the ones who are here currently in the fight.
Okay. All right. So let me go ahead and get into the next video. We'll go ahead and do that clip up now.
How's the game?
It was so good. Those fans were marching. Just the energy, the spirit, and friendship.
Really?
Just felt good energy.
Hey, Jay.
Hey, lady.
How you doing?
Good.
What you do today?
Dropped that boy off at school.
Chooks.
Yes. And then I had to stop and get a mammogram.
You got a mammogram today? You got your breast
mush.
exam?
Yes.
You got your breast exam.
I got my breast exam and
That's good.
Was it hurtful?
ill.
It's important though. My mom passed away from breast cancer, so it's so important that we get our breast exam.
It is.
Just a little bit of pain, but then it's really worth
so
it.
much.
It's not medical talk, it's sister talk. Something that casual and simple can be life-saving. Go get yourself checked. The CDC recommends that women have their first mammogram at 40 years of age. I had mine at 28 because I felt something and I had a family history. Early detection of breast cancer can mean a better treatment, better survival. Let's find a cure for triple-negative breast cancer.
And so this one seems like it's more conversational, more just between girlfriends, like, hey, girl, go get your breast checked. So go ahead and tell me about that.
So that was a scene that you and I probably do all the time. We're hanging out with our girlfriends. We talk about our men, we talk about our children, we talk about our health. And I just wanted to replay that scene that we do so naturally with infusing breast cancer information. Our breast, cancer awareness information. And it was easy. I didn't write that script. I told Jay, the young lady that came in, hey, Jay, she's actually my hairstylist and she's, sweet as she can be, but her mother died of cancer. And so she has a personal story. The person next to you was also featured. That's her and her mother in the cross position. She's a pediatrician, hematologist, oncologist here. And we flowed, and it really was just tell me what you think about it. And most women say, oh, it hurts, it's uncomfortable, I don't want to go. And we just made a scene. And then you see that you can move in this information, encourage each other, and then move out and let's see what we're about to eat. And it was just so easy. And that's what I want people to understand. You can encourage each other in health while doing what you normally do.
I like that. Just normalizing the conversation. I like that.
Normalizing the conversation. Yes.
Okay. And now the final, and I'm correct me if I'm wrong, but I am calling this the pink series. Is that correct?
Yeah, yes, the pink reflection series. Yes.
Okay. So the final video in the pink series, we'll go ahead and cue that up as well. And then I'll get your feedback.
I still can't believe it. It's been 15 years since you called me that day and said you had breast cancer. I was in total shock.
I know, it's been 15 years. Think, the boys were only 5, 6, and 7 years old.
Yeah, but you were very strong through that whole process, so it made things a little easier on them.
Look at that beautiful cake you brought me. Oh my goodness, thank you so much.
Hey, anything for you is a beautiful cake. Hey, you want to cut it?
Absolutely. No, not with a fork. Let's go get a knife.
For some of us, every day is breast cancer awareness. Go get yourself checked. Early detection of breast cancer can mean a better treatment, better survival. The CDC recommends that women have their first mammogram at 40 years of age. I had mine at 28 because I felt something and I had a family history. Early detection of breast cancer can mean a better treatment, better survival. Let's find a cure for triple-negative breast cancer.
And then again, Dr. Outler, I kind of understand the premise, but go ahead and tell us again the purpose and the goals of that last clip.
The goal was to have a husband recall his feelings and convey that that moment, recall that moment and say, I still couldn't believe it. And then to her to tell you how old their kids were. So their kids are 3 very outstanding young men at University of Southern California. The dad is a Savannah State graduate. Mom has also spent time in Georgia. That's where they met in the ATL. And then this was their life journey. They have 3 kids. It's a go. We're trying to do everything right. And then bam, she gets breast cancer in her 30s. You know, could you imagine being a man thinking about that? And Mr. Allen's kind of a quiet guy. He doesn't say a lot. So I told the videographer, that's all you're going to get. But I just wanted a man to stand up and appreciate his wife on camera, to say that, you know, she was rock solid. And so it made everybody calmer and got them through it. And I think that was the message I wanted to give. And it is a shared experience. So you don't have to see these videos only in October for you to understand that people and families are going through this. And that's what, you know, I wanted to happen. And I think that they all complement each other in that message.
I agree. And so just, were you narrating at the end? So are you the one that's 28 years old? Okay. And so you said at 28, you actually felt something and you got, so how often do you go now since then? Do you go once a year or?
I go once a year, but yes, I was in my residency. You know, again, because of my grandmother's breast cancer history, I knew I did my self-breast examinations as taught. You know, we were used to be taught that in health ed in high school, you know, and that's one of the things they've taken out of schools. So that's a Uzima platform, and that we really still have to have some things still in our schools to help kids learn about health. We used to have to do health ed. And so you learned about your breast examinations. All right. So I did those regularly and I felt something. And there I was in residency going, oh my God. So of course, because I'm already in a healthcare environment, I was able to expeditiously go over, and they were, you know, I got everything. I got all my answers done right there to know that I was benign. But it was a scare and the frightening that I was down this path. And because we do have a family history, I do have a first cousin who I knew in this line of family members, somebody would get it. And I do have a first cousin that ended up with breast cancer of all the cousins, since it is in the family. And so you have to understand that what we're advocating for is that for breast cancer screening, that Black women be taken seriously if they feel something, that we may need to move the time from 40 earlier. There's some advocacy push for that. That Black women need to be screened earlier than 40. So I do go yearly since turning 40. But if you have a genetic history, if you feel something, it needs to be done sooner, and your healthcare provider needs to take that into consideration.
Okay. And so can you just kind of tell us how we can support you and Uzima Health and Wellness? Where can we follow you, learn more about your work, and, you know, just give us all of that?
Yes, I'm at myuzima.com. We have on a platform, we have the My Uzima YouTube as well, where the videos will be housed. We also have continued interviews with outstanding leaders in the community. Actually, next month, we'll be interviewing Makara Rumley, who is a Spelman graduate, who's an environmental lawyer, because this environment, and say, well, what's the connection? The environment also plays into our health. And we know that there are environmental connections to cancer and well-being as well. And so we really need to kind of tease out what things we can do to help our communities be healthier. So I'm at www.myuzima.com. Please join the newsletter. And I would love to upload the videos on a larger platform, because I do think that we need to get this out into the community. It's the language. Breast cancer, triple negative breast cancer needs to be known by Black, and also the second leading group to get this cancer is Hispanic women. So I'm giving you the terminology so that if you get breast cancer, you will be able to discuss with your physician about what that means in terms of treatment and what you should expect.
Okay. Well, I do thank you so much, Dr. Outler, for your time. Definitely, we will make sure. I actually have it pulled up here on another computer, so I will be joining. I thank you for your information, and we will make sure that we share these clips with our audience as well. I, again, appreciate you and all of the work. Dr. Edmonds raves about you, so tell him we said hello. And I appreciate it, and thank you for joining us on Rolling Out Health IQ.
Thank you so much. And if you need anything else, let me know. And I appreciate the opportunity to present it. It means so much to me. And a lot of the women out here and families that are struggling with breast cancer. Thank you.
Thank you. You have a great day.
You too. Bye-bye.